So when I was 16, I was pretty wild. My mom wasn't home a lot, and I was an only child, so I would party with friends and hang out of the house all hours of the night. And one night I had met this guy, and he was 29 when I met him, and I mean, he was great. All the girls were jealous. My own friends were kind of mad that he'd been so interested in me, but he was able to give me experiences. I mean, other guys my age couldn't. He would take me out all the time. We'd go to expensive restaurants. He'd buy me these gifts, and it was really great. But he would always remind me of all the things that he would do for me. So if there was any time where I felt like I wasn't hanging out with my own friends the same way that I was with him, he would say, "Oh, but I got you this necklace, so don't you think you should spend the time with me?" And I just felt so guilty. I kind of stopped hanging around my friends as much. But it was great because he was there for me. I mean, he would pick me up and take me to school, pick me up from school. And when I said that I'd felt kind of lonely in my house, he let me come stay with him. So I spent most of that year in his house. And I remember I'd gone to school and I'd seen some of my friends whispering, and I was mad about it, and came back and I told him, and he'd said that he'd heard that they were saying really nasty things about me around town, that I was a gold digger and that I was ugly and stupid for hanging out with him. And he told me they were jealous. So after that, I really stopped talking and hanging out with them and spent even more time with him. And I mean, we were closer than I had been to anyone. I didn't feel as alone as I had normally felt. And so we started sleeping together. I didn't think anything of it. I mean, I hadn't been with anybody, and he made me feel so safe. And he would buy me things anytime I felt bad about it, or if I felt like I needed to talk to someone, he would be there. I mean, he was just everything. And a couple of months down the line, I realized one night that I hadn't had my period in a while, and found out I was pregnant. And he was so pissed. He was so mad at me, and he was throwing my stuff in the trash and hitting the wall and telling me that I wasn't careful and I didn't appreciate all the things that he had done for me, because I was excited about it and I wanted to keep this child, and he didn't. So he told me that he would leave me if I kept it. I went home that night and my mom was there, and I told her, and I thought she'd be mad at me, but she wasn't mad at me, and she talked me through it. And I mean, I kept him. My son is 2 now. One day Eric tried to come back and tell me how sorry he was, but my mom called the cops, and he was never to be seen again. She told me that I wasn't alone and that I didn't have to depend on anyone else. She'd always be there for me.